You ready, Bree?
Yeah.
All right. Yo. Muddy Waterz Podcast. This your boy Shaq Sims, and I'm here right now with the CEO of my favorite clothing line, man. And I'm not just saying this because, in the beginning, man, like her brand was the first brand that ever sponsored Muddy Waterz. But I really rock with her clothing, man. Like the messaging behind it, the designs behind it, the work ethic she puts in behind it. She's a one person army just like me, man. But like honestly, all of that aside, like the clothing is dope as fuck, and that's why that's my your clothing line is my favorite clothing line, man. But without further ado, man, I want to introduce Rockky, the CEO of Rockkgreen.
How y'all doing, man?
How you, man?
I'm good.
Finally, you made an appearance on Muddy Waterz.
Finally, man. First time out, man. It feels good. It feels good, man. It feels good.
It's good to have you here.
For sure.
It's good to have you here, man. So, for the people, because a lot of people rock with Rockkgreen. A lot of people wear Rockkgreen. A lot of people admire it. I mean, anytime I go on your story, you reposting, somebody posting them wearing your clothes. Like, tell people the origin of Rockkgreen and where it all started.
Well, I mean, I feel like fashion has always been in me. You know what I'm saying? It's just something I always wanted to do. I always loved clothes, and I just always loved tweaking clothes. Like every time I see even like a designer brand, I'll take a designer brand, and I just love to tweak it here, and I just like to, you know what I'm saying? Dang, like why wasn't it the shirt right here? So I really took it from that, and it started from when my brother passed, Terrell, rest in peace. It started from him when he passed away. He was a real G out there in Charleston. So he made like this crazy poem, and it was talking about butterflies and, how you could really take something and grow it into nothing and really start from like, a small worm and just grow into a butterfly and just really flourish from there. So from there, it just really gave me the battery behind my back to just say, you need to do this. So from there, it's like, yeah.
So you were always into fashion, like, that reminds me of like back in the day. Remember on like Tumblr, people used to take like designer clothes and they'll put like Karma de Garçon, they'll be like comments the fuck down.
Yeah.
Like were you into shit like that back in the day?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I was always into smaller brands though, like smaller brands who weren't really out there like that.
Yeah.
But, I really didn't have the money or the reach to really get those clothing brands. So I would just do what I could with the smaller brands that we had within the Carolinas. Like I would just take small shirts, or I would take jeans and rip them up. We could never, like me and my homies, we could never just wear clothes the same. We always couldn't just wear the clothes the way that they gave it to us from the stores. We always had to rip them up. We always had to dye them, and so. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's where it came from. I'm tired of doing this. Like, tired of buying other people's stuff. And, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather put my real feeling into the Carolina streets. And I really wanted to bring the wave of high fashion into the Carolinas. So that's really where it came from.
Yeah. Definitely. Like, so with you being like a DIY kind of person, like taking other people's clothes and like, turning it into your own type of swag and flavor. Like, were people admiring that from you from afar? Like, people in school and your peers and shit like that?
Yeah, for sure. Like, in high school, I just was doing my own thing. I really wasn't worried about nothing but basketball back then. I was all about basketball. So, back then, I was really just doing my own thing, even down to just wearing uniforms. And people were just saying, oh, that shit hard. I'm wearing, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing our jerseys, just taking it and just adding a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk, but that was my thing. I could never just walk the halls and just be regular. I always had to do something different, but that's just because I really admired clothes. I really admired fabrics and how they kind of flow on top of pants and shoes, and it just was all a thing for me. So
yeah.
After a while, I was like, why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not?
Right. Now, did you come from like a creative family, like your mother, your father, your aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings?
My mom, it really came from my mom though. because my grandmother, she was always conservative, but she always, it was crazy because she always had us doing like some weird stuff, like we'll be in the house making newspapers or in the house creating, like Play-Doh. When you had the Play-Doh stuff and you just playing with Play-Doh and making it seem like you had it. We always, as a child, we always had a business. Like, we always made the play like we had a business. Like, this is our business and you can't function. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it came from that. And my mom always had us, like, selling buttons and doing stuff like that. So it can't, I really feel like, that Capricorn really atmosphere of just really making your own money and not really looking for money through the 9-to-5s and stuff like that. So it was always that.
Yeah, making your own way.
Exactly.
And that's where that entrepreneurial spirit comes from. And also the spirit of doing things yourself, because, anybody would look at Rockkgreen and be like, it's got to be a team behind Rockkgreen. And I imagined that too. But then when I met you and you explained everything that you do for your brand, you literally do everything yourself, down to picking the fabrics, down to picking the designs, down to designing shit, investing in it monetarily. Like, I see where that comes from now, from your childhood. Like, you were raised like that.
Right.
So those things your mother instilled in you went a long way.
It went a long way, man. And that's what people don't understand. Like, it really takes time. It really, really takes the patience. If you really care for it, you really put in the time to be like, this is the way I want it. And I didn't want to present it no other way as that. Like, I did start off kind of slow. I started at sewing my own things, and it came from my grandmother teaching us like piano lessons and teaching us music and teaching us just the origin of everything that you do in life. It started from just sewing lessons. That's really where it started at. Sewing lessons. Like, something South Carolina, like, I don't really claim it that much because I wasn't really there like that, but for a long time for the origin of my life that I really care for the most was in Sumter, South Carolina. So she'll take us to sewing lessons, cooking lessons. Like, back then, people wasn't even really teaching you cursive. I learned cursive from my grandmother, and my grandmother was a teacher in Sumter, South Carolina as well. So it was like she always was teaching us stuff. Yeah. You could never really chill. Like, you'll wake up 8 o'clock in the morning and you learn, like, you doing something. Like, we doing something. We walking out. We on the little scooters. We doing something, man. We doing tennis. That's where it came from. Like, the athletic side of me is just you always doing something, man. You can't just really chill in the house. Like, you always had to do something. But as far as the sewing and stuff, I feel like that origin of sewing, it really kind of like broadened my horizon of what I could do with clothes. And so once I knew I could do more with clothes and more with fabrics, it just really broadened my horizon of a lot of things. Like, so
definitely. Like, when you were growing up and stuff like that as a kid, I'm talking about like a young kid. I know in high school you were taking stuff and, putting your own twist on it. Were you always into clothes for as long as you can remember, like, being a kid?
Yeah, for as long as I can remember, because, I don't know. I just love natural lighting, natural colors. It's just so ironic that my last name is Green, but everything around you is green. Money back then was green. Everything was green. The trees was green. So even, me going up north on my dad's side, when I went to New York, it really broadened my horizon. Like, I was always in the South, but when I went to my dad's side of the family in New York and New Jersey, it just really took it there. Like, oh my gosh. People are really up here, like, creating clothes and really, like, wearing outlandish colors and outlandish like clothes and stuff like that. It was like, wow. Yeah. I didn't know that it was more to it until I went to New York. So yeah, I feel like that's really where it took me to the next level.
New York is eye opening. New York is very eye opening. Like, the fashion in New York is definitely, well, back then it was definitely different. Like, was this the era of, like, ACG boots, True Religion jeans, BB Simon? Was that the era that you were talking about, being in New York and you got introduced to different types of fashion?
So
what era was this?
It was like 2000. So it was like during the times we're down here, we was wearing like big baggy shirts, but up there they was really on the BBs and like go off that it was really like they was on a different wave. Like everything was flashy, like everything popped out, everything like you know what I'm saying. It went with their origin of life if you think about it, you know, as far as colors and moving here, going there. You know, in the South we kind of chill, so we had the baggy whites with the you know what I'm saying, Jabos jeans. So I think when you really took it up there up north, you know, it was just like a different like climate. Like it was really two different worlds, and I feel like that's why I think I really could combine like the two. Even now, you know what I'm saying, you have your fashion. You know, the world is flat now, so it's like you could really see those different origins of life. But back then, it wasn't really it. So that's why I feel like even when I used to go to Columbia Mall back when it was really still kind of like popping, but it was like buzzing down. People be like, "Damn, where you from? Like, you from up north?" And I be like, "Nah, like, you know what I'm saying?" Back to just wearing like I was wearing skinnier jeans before it was like even the jerk era. So it was like, what the fuck are you doing? You just different. Like how the fuck are you doing it?
But you were exposed to something different.
Yeah, I was always exposed to something different.
Yeah.
And it was kind of different with me being a female. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always dressed different. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it was always a different wave. And I never really thought of it like as if somebody, you know, like it was always compliments. Like I never really thought of it as like, oh, you're fashionable. Like I just kind of took it with a grain of salt. I just kept moving. I thought it was natural. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like everybody was like that.
Yeah, I thought it was like, okay, thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you.
But as you got older, you realized not everybody got that.
Yeah.
As you got older, you probably realized that.
But yeah, but that's what Rockkgreen is based upon. It's about like, you know, expressing yourself and, you know, doing what you want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, streetwear, and that's the thing now, you know, streetwear, you know, it's so crazy that Virgil really brought it into a real big light. But yeah, that's how I really like. In high school, I think high school is really what made me think like, oh wow, like, you know what I'm saying, this is something that could really be something that could really inspire other people. And I think that's my goal, is just to inspire people, not to really break their heads, but, you know, just to really inspire other people to do things that are within themselves. Don't do it if you want to do it and it's different, do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to come out of the house, wear a shower cap, do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Have the confidence to do it.
Have the confidence to do it.
Have the confidence to do it now. You know, what high school did you go to? You went to Ridgeview, right?
Yeah, I actually, Ridgeview. Yeah.
You went to Ridgeview?
Yeah.
Like, so, that's B Rich in the background.
My geyser.
Yes, sir. Nigga don't want to make a cameo, man. Say hey to the people, man. Damn, man, you walking up, man. Say hey to the people, nigga.
What's happening?
Yeah, man.
I'm chilling. How y'all?
We good, man. You been talking to us all day, nigga. Yeah, for sure. But when you were going to Ridgeview, right, like, what was, because I know you were into sports and shit like that. Walk us through, like, what your aspirations was for the future. Did you feel like basketball was the future? Like, that was the magnum opus? Like, that was the highest point you could achieve? Or was there other things on your mind? Like, maybe I can get into this fashion thing. Honestly,
at that age, literally, like, through 9th to 11th grade, I literally thought nothing but basketball. So I didn't even, you know, I'm just thinking college level. I wasn't really even thinking past that. I just loved basketball. I just loved to play the sport of basketball, and I just wanted. I didn't even think about the future at that time, to be honest with you, bro. Like, I was just playing basketball. I love the sport.
Yeah.
I love the contact. I love it all. I love the family of the sport, like, you know, the whole team. And that's why I went to Ridgeview, you know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to go to Blythewood, but I went to Ridgeview instead. But I actually went to Ridgeview to join, like, I was actually kind of smart back then. So I actually went to Ridgeview to join the magnet. So I was in the magnet during that time, a science magnet.
Word.
So, like, taking like college classes, doing all types of crazy things, like, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, all I wanted to do was play basketball with the people that I knew that loved basketball the same way I did.
Yeah.
So that was all.
Wow, so you were athletic and creative. That's crazy.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
That's a
even
good
really,
match though. Like you don't really meet too many people that are athletic, creative, and smart. Like
Yeah.
that's you don't really.
Yeah.
It's usually either or.
Yeah.
Or 2 out of the 3. Like
Mhm.
you don't usually meet somebody that has all 3. That's a good mesh right there, for sure. Like since we talking about high school, a very very important staple and a recurring theme in your clothing is Speaker Knockerz. All of us grew up with him. All of us know him. Like, what did he mean to you as far as like his influence on you as a person, but also your brand?
Right. I feel like I didn't really know Speaker Knockerz at Ridgeview, but I met him through a mutual friend, and I feel like from there, like I basically met him my 12th grade year, but I feel like he just meant a lot to me as far as just what I'm doing now. I didn't really see what he was putting in place back then, but I see it now. I feel like he just always had that, like, that push to just always do better. Like, he always like on some stuff like the way I do, like as far as just growing your brand from the origin. He made his beats. He rapped on his stuff, and he really made a culture for the Carolinas that we have now. It's been a long time since his untimely demise, but he really brought it to us. Like, I met him, and he was just so stern on things. Like, he would just be so stern on just. Like, just
what he
you
wanted.
could tell his focus. Like, I really respected that. Like, and it's just so crazy that we just lost him so early. But he really is an influence to me because I move the same way that he moves, as far as just not even like being around unnecessary people. Just being in the right spot, being in the right spots at the right times. Like man. He, like, you know what I'm saying? It's so crazy. It was just so crazy with.
But not.
Yeah.
I remember, like, because I went to, like, elementary, middle, and high school with the nigga, like, and it was crazy. Like, I never saw him being a creative until, like, middle school. We were in 8th grade computer class. And me and Derek used to feud, bro. Like, we used to really beef, like. It was on some kid beef shit. It wasn't like real beef, but we used to like really like beef in middle school. And I remember we were in computer class, and this nigga, mind you, this is before every classroom had computers in them. This is when like you had to go to a computer. That was one of your classes' computers. And we in there doing work, like learning how to type and all. This nigga's in there on Fruity Loops, bruh, on the motherfucking free version making beats, bruh. And that's my first time ever hearing the Fruity Loops.
It's so crazy because during that time, he was the first person I ever heard of to really make money off of YouTube.
It's a fact.
I think he was like a year older than us, but he was literally in those classes during those times making beats and just really taking, like, because it's so crazy because he had all the odds against him. People throwing his mixtapes in the trash can, and like, bro, he could have really quit at any time. And he could have really took it up north, but, something told him to stay down here and really rep the Carolinas.
I'm going to tell you what that nigga told me. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
That nigga told me I'm going to be rich and y'all going to be working for me one day. Nigga told me that in 8th grade. Facts. See, I'm going to be rich, bro. See, I'm influenced by Soulja Boy. Like, I want to be like Soulja Boy. Nigga said that, bro. I'm like, man, Derek, if you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit, man, like, man, who the fuck talking about getting rich? Like, we young niggas, bro, like, we young niggas, like, the most niggas ever wanted to do was get a pair of Jabos and some clear Air Forces and some clear Jordans. That nigga was really on the future, bro, in 8th grade. And he used that fuel he put that fuel to the fire, my nigga, and kept going. Like, I remember 10th grade, I was walking and hitting pines. He was driving. Nigga had a white Hyundai. He was playing his own song. In 10th grade,
yeah,
like
bro,
bopping to this shit. Him and
his name was Jamal. He was Jamal Jr. then.
Yeah,
that's before Speaker Knockerz. Like,
facts.
That was his. He had what it was called. Jamal Jr. was called Bright Lights, Long Flight. Something crazy that then. But That shit was crazy, though. He really, like, did that shit. Like,
He did.
was working through something. Like, going back to that, people was throwing mixtapes in the trash or whatever. He still, like, he had mixtapes in high school. You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing about it. Like you said, he was on a different mindset.
He was on a different wavelength, period. He was destined to be great.
For people like us to be with him or whatever, you know what I mean? It hurts for him to be gone, but I just see what he done did for the whole, you know what I mean, the whole world.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like legends die young, bro. Like,
they die young.
And that's why I created this shirt. I would love for my nigga B Rich to be in here right now.
Facts.
I don't got no
B Rich definitely a staple.
But
on the Parkway, period.
me and my nigga B Rich,
from the bluff to the Parkway, nigga.
Definitely a staple.
me and my nigga B Rich really was with him through his. I think that's what really kind of hits me to the core. Me and B Rich was really with him throughout his last days. Like, you feel me? And we saw the work. We saw him going to the A, going here, and we saw how he really wanted to give up. But it's like, you can't at the end of the day, because this is your home. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people really was coming for him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas
like,
hating.
niggas hate hard.
You gotta think about who the nigga was. Like, songs like Lonely and oh no, you good. Songs like Lonely and all that shit, that was his life.
And it's
Fuck
still
nigga, I don't
want
wanna be a homie, I made it on my lonely. Like, that was really his life, bro. So he really, like, the niggas that was around him, other than, you know, y'all and maybe like a handful of other people, bro, really was just with him because of the fame.
Yeah.
So
it was new friends.
It was new friends. Yeah, he was.
I mean?
And I promise you, I mean, we were new friends as well, but he always saw that in us that we weren't in for that. Like,
authentic.
And then just going back to the things you were saying, you know, the white Hyundai, bro took me to the crib, you know what I mean? Like, getting out of school, Mr. Buzz took me to the crib. He just been genuine from not even the music side, you know what I mean? Just a real person, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Our hoods was right there, you know, we stayed not too far from each other, but just to even be like kind enough to take somebody to the spot, you know what I mean? That man had a big heart, bro, and he was gonna bless this world, but he did bless the world. You know what I mean?
He did, bro.
It's beyond now.
And that's why I feel like he did his job. He did what he had to do here, and that's why I feel like it's upon us to do what we have. We're still here, and we're still blessed to be here, and that's why I feel like every day on this earth, I make sure that I show the people, and I know that the people do respect it now that he's passed away, unfortunately, but I just want to put it out there how much of an impact he has put on music today. And you know, music is our culture. So if you think about it, he has put an impact on our culture.
He did.
You can't even talk about anything, clothing. You can't talk about clothing. You can't talk about music. You can't talk about Carolinas without talking about Speaker Knockerz.
You can't talk about the sound of the day without talking about Speaker Knockerz.
Like,
period,
multiple.
nigga. The number one song in the country, The Box, nigga, that's not. Yeah. Period.
You feel me?
Facts.
And those are the people that came out and said they've been influenced by him.
And it's so crazy because we were so young at that time. We really, me personally, I did not see it. We were so living in the moment, moving with not doing all this other stuff. I did not understand understand the impact he had on the world until he passed away, unfortunately.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
The
world didn't. You know,
the world didn't.
That's one thing they say comes with hand in hand, bro. With basketball player, even Kobe, you know, it comes with that too. Like they say, you know what I mean? People say that, but they always gonna knock you down, you know what I mean, until you get to a certain pinnacle. So it's like, he's been up there, he's a tier, you know what I mean? But they not gonna say it until he does the next thing, you know what I mean? Until everybody, you know what I mean? Like Drake playing it, we hearing that after he's deceased. You know what I mean? We've been at the funeral.
Right.
It's one of the biggest funerals I've ever seen in my life, bro.
Crazy.
On Atlas Road, and that's down by that way. Everybody know where Atlas Road at, you know what I mean? So the Bible way back there, that was like one of the biggest things I've seen, like press. Like, it was crazy. Like,
and I feel like Derek is definitely living peacefully, but I just also want people to understand that at the end of the day, if you feel like you impacted him, I wanna like, you know, send a salute to you because he's definitely made an impact on our life, and I feel like we just had to make a break in time to just give a respect to my guy. Like, I can't even talk. I can't talk on any platform without even talking about him. So
facts.
Due diligence, because bro, like, that's one of the people that impacted her and me, and they even told me that he gonna be somebody rich. You know what I mean? He seen something in me before I seen him. You know what I mean?
He basically told us that it would be like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't think that we would be just we didn't know our future. We was like, you was asking me about what my future was. We didn't know our future until he came into our life, and I think that's why he impacted us so much. We didn't know what we would be doing right now. We would be chilling still to this day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gotta give all respect to him, man. And to his family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Shout out to his family, man. Shout out to his mom, his brother, his pops. That nigga came to me in a dream, bro, when he died. Like,
Right.
I swear to God on my life, this is no cap.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga died, bro, and he came to me in a dream like 3 days later. Nigga, he was in a matte green Audi truck. I don't know why it was an Audi truck, but it was a matte green Audi truck. We was at the drive-thru at McDonald's, and I was like walking through the drive-thru, but he was driving through the drive-thru. He was like, "Get in, bro," and he was like, I don't know why the dream wasn't scary to me.
It was comforting.
But it was like, he was like, "Bro, you gonna be all right, my nigga. You gonna be straight. Like, you gonna be successful, bro." Nigga told me that shit, and I woke up. And I was like, damn, that shit weird. And me and Cuz wasn't even partners. Like, I knew him. And it was like little kid shit at a point. Like, nigga, fuck you. Nigga, fuck you. And we used to be. But then when we got older and shit like that, we had like an understanding that we was cool. But it was like, when a nigga died, like, before he died, I remember him being, like, super paranoid. Like, I remember he had a hotel room. Like, anytime, people like us went around him, he was comfortable because he knew, like, okay, these niggas I know for real before this shit. But I remember I came to his hotel, me and my other niggas, because, he was real big on that gambling shit, on the game and shit.
On 2K.
Nigga had a room, bro, and, like, we came to the door, bro. This nigga opened the door with the gun, like, pointed. You can tell, like, the nigga was, like, paranoid because he gets newfound success, like.
I mean, and it's crazy.
Right the
paranoia doesn't come from just newfound success. It comes from this experience of niggas really pulling up, like, you know what I'm saying, really trying to off this man. Like,
he was a
really
young nigga, bro.
He was trying to really put on for the city, and niggas was really trying to off this man.
He was a young nigga. You're a man, you're a woman. Either way, you gotta protect yourself. So it don't even get to it gets to a point, but it just, you gotta know as a person, you gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean? And yours.
I remember him. He was 18. Like, he lived like the Bow Wow 106 and Park life. Like, remember the Bow Wow video where he was like getting chased through the school and Snoop Dogg came and picked him up? He was living that life, bro. He was in fucking high school. Driving the newest car off the showroom floor. He was already a famous rapper.
Like, I don't know if Rick remember this, but even back then, like, bruh had us on FaceTime with Gucci Man. I'm like, bro, what the? But we young and we fucked up. We like, oh, you Gucci Man.
And we still in school, and you know what I mean? It just, to that point, it just like, you know how hard and dedicated he was, bro. Like, he was really working. Like, whether he was blowing emails up, hitting people managers, you know what I mean?
That's why I get my ground.
He got it to some point, you know what I mean? It came to the point where, I ain't gonna say other artists' name, but, they was taking his tags and stuff off beats. That's his beat.
I mean, they do it to literally to this day.
They do it, you know what I mean? It might be a little lease or something, but just to that, like, it's so crazy, bro. Like, he just impacted the world on a major level. But if he was here, we wouldn't even know, like, where he
I ain't gonna lie. If he was still here, we wouldn't be here though.
Yeah,
He'd be major right now. He'd went diamond.
Because you know why? Because even you yourself, he wouldn't have just went with his, like, he would have took the team with him.
Yeah.
He would have took the Carolinas with him. He carried the Carolina on his back, and that's the same thing that I do. I want to make clothes so bad, but I feel like I need to really take the clothing brand towards the Carolinas. And that's my focus with the clothing. That's why it really came shaped back to that. I take my clothes and I do the same thing that Derek did the same way with his music. I'm gonna do the same thing with my clothing. I'm gonna make sure that it starts with the Carolinas first, and then I'm gonna bring it up.
We back, man. Had to take a little quick break, right quick, man. But yeah, we were just talking about like influences and things of that nature. Like, when did you actually, what was it that made you actually start Rockkgreen? Because like you said, you were an athlete. All you can think about was basketball. What was the moment in your life that made you say, you know what, I need to start this clothing line? And where did the name come from?
Well, the name Rockkgreen came from, again, my brother, when he passed away. It came from that. So, I mean, I guess, Rockkgreen was always something that I always had as far as my social media. Social media was a big thing growing up for us, like 12, like 11, like, after we graduated, it was like a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
shit, before that.
Yeah, before that, like, people always called me Rocky. And I'm a Capricorn, so it's like I always thought business like. So even when I made my name Rockkgreen, I knew that would someday become something. So it was always Rockkgreen, because I always knew that Rockkgreen would become something.
Yeah,
it's something that we always do. We Rockkgreen. This is us. This is what we rock. Like, I don't create nothing that I would not put on myself. This is something that I want. This is high fashion streetwear brand that I will bring to the streets and to the Carolinas. And this is something that you need to wear. But as far as, what was the other question you asked me?
like, what was the moment in your life that made you want to start Rockkgreen?
Down to the point where I was really taking clothes and really critiquing clothes and really like sewing it and really stripping it and really like, I'm like, I think it came down to the point to where people was wearing bulletproof vests. Somebody asked me to make one for them. I'm like, I don't know. And after a while, you know what I'm saying, I went to my barber, and my barber Speedy, shout out to Speedy. I went to her, and she was like, if you're going to do it, you're going to have to do it. So it really started out as belts. I really wanted to be like the next BB Simon. So that's really what Rockkgreen started as, was like I was trying to create belts. I was trying to be different, I was trying to really bring another vibe, because Carolina didn't really know about BB Simon before Red Minair. Shout out to Red Minair. So from there, my barber Speedy, she gave me the sewing machine. She was like, you know what I'm saying, this is your tool. You have no reason not to make it. It got to that point really where people was looking at me like, you have all the tools, so do it. So I did it, man, and I started making vests. And so it really, and that's what I feel like Rockkgreen really is. It's about collaboration, and it's about you choosing your own wave. Like, if you want the butterfly to go here, you know what I'm saying, backstory for the butterfly, of course, it went back to my brother who passed away with the butterfly, and you know what I'm saying, about aspiration. It's about you flourishing, and you keep moving it up. But it's really all about that. Like, even down to my workshops. Like, you come to my workshop and you can make any. I could have a plain hoodie for you. You know what I'm saying? And you just really branding yourself. You really making it your own. So that's really where it began. Like, it came to a point where after I got my sewing machine, man, I started making vests. Made my first vest. A guy was like, "Oh, that shit hard," and I kept making vests from there on. And that's why I'm here now.
Yeah, I remember the vest was going crazy. Like,
yeah, the vest was definitely going crazy, man.
I know you got tired of making custom shit though, like, 'cause that's like each piece, like, well, you gotta really, and then you gotta be, niggas is very particular about what they paying for, so
yeah,
you gotta be
they
real.
don't understand the person that's doing it. It's so hard, That's how I look at it. Like, it's so hard, you know what I mean? So much work, so much sleep this night, you know what I mean? She had to go through because she know she had to get it done,
And it's so crazy because even from there, like, people see my like, my progress. I started from those like sleepless nights of making vests and trying to really even just figure it out. Like, damn, so how am I gonna make this vest? Like, you know what I'm saying? Into like,
This nigga tripping. How you know it's radiation, Rick? How you know it? Stop fucking playing, man.
I ain't gonna lie.
But that shit shouldn't sound like that.
No. That's just a different type. That's just a different type of airplane. Or that was the helicopter. It don't got nothing to do with us.
This nigga crazy, man. But
If they gonna drop something, but yeah, if they gonna drop something, they gonna drop some shit.
I know, for sure. All right.
tell you, put you down.
They gonna drop some shit.
Now,
But what we gonna do about it, bruh? What we gonna do? We gonna say, oh no, don't stop it. It's in us. So that's why you gotta make sure you eat your fruits, and you gotta. We talking about quarantine right now. We talking about the quarantine epidemic. We talking about the coronavirus, the COVID-19, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know, just make sure you eat your fruits. Make sure that your immune system is good. As long as you're good, everybody else is good. And I think that goes back to drinking your water. That goes back to life in general. As long as you're good, you're able to really obtain and really be the best person that you are to other people.
Mm-hmm.
If you over here eating your fried chicken and you got, you know what I'm saying, it's bad for you. You gonna spread that shit to other people. Like,
you gonna get it for sure.
You're gonna get it for sure. If you still eating that fried chicken, you still eating that fried chicken, you still eating that fried shit, you still eating that pork, you still eating them fried pork chops. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, you niggas tripping, man. You niggas gotta get right. And that should just be like this shouldn't be
life.
Just for quarantine. This should just be for life.
And that's why I kind of love it. I kind of love the COVID-19 because it's really waking people up. Wake up, America. This is something that they always put it on Black America now. You know, the COVID-19 they're trying to say is all about Black people. You know why it's about Black people? Because you know Black people, that's all we eat. And you know, even back then, they always fed us the leftovers. They fed us the pigs. They fed us the chickens. Mm-hmm. That's all we had. Mm-hmm. That's what also made us sick.
No, I feel like, you know, with us, the reason they say we're probably more likely to die from the shit is not because of our immune system, not because of how we built. Because I mean, we built for anything. Like, you know, down to our pigmentation. Like, our pigmentation is good for the sun. We don't get sunburn. We don't need sunscreen. You know, we don't get certain diseases that other races get. We're immune to certain shit. But I say that to say, I feel like the reason they feel like we're probably gonna die we're more likely to die than white people or any other races because we don't have resources, bro. Most Black people don't have health insurance.
But it's a combination of all that. We don't have resources. If you're down at the bottom, all you have is the chicken that's the family pack chicken that's $4 to feed the family. You know what I'm saying?
Deeper than that, though. Deeper than that. Because you got white people living like that, too. But we don't have the resources. We don't have the... This nigga crazy. We don't have the we don't have the health insurance. We don't have like, you know, the resources that we need to be able to sustain and to be able to beat this thing. Because like most people you meet today, they don't have health insurance. They don't have you know, prescription cards. Mm-hmm. They don't have any of that stuff. They haven't been to the doctor in 4, 5, 6 years.
Right.
You know, so it's like we're probably more likely to die because shit. The last time most of us went to the doctor and got somewhat of a checkup was the last time we had to go to the emergency room. Mm-hmm. So it's like once we get sick with this shit, we probably thinking it's a cold, but no, bro, you got a fucking deadly virus, COVID-19, and you more likely to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That shit real.
I'm about to do it.
All right.
This nigga crazy.
But yeah, like, I mean, it's crazy, bro. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Take care of yourself. Make sure you eat your fruits. Make sure you eat your vegetables. Make sure you drink your water. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't want to hear that, but you keep eating this stuff. Even like it's gonna connect to us regardless. So once it gets to you, if your body's able to fight it, then it's good. But if not, then you're gonna be looking sad. You're gonna be looking sad, but
you're gonna die. You gonna really be affected by this shit for real.
Look, 16 to 54 to 68 to 84. You gonna regardless how old you is, what race you are, because regardless of what we think it, like they say, oh, Black people, we ain't even really, you know what I'm saying? I don't even really want to take it that deep, but
yeah, we ain't gotta take it that deep.
Yeah.
Now, how did business start to progress, like from the vest and shit like that? And what made you say, I want to turn this into like a full-fledged clothing line with like pieces and rollouts and photo shoots and things of that nature?
It started to hit people. Like, they started to ask me. So, like, you know what I'm saying? I started to be fashion designers and creative designers for different brands. So, after a while, you know, I love to get back to the community. I don't really, you know, do much for it. I just love to give back. But after a while,
you like to give back the drip to the community.
Yeah, I wanted to express it. I need to express that energy to the community. You feel me? So it started from that. I started making vests. I made I made a manufactured vest. It's just about being different, man. You know, about really bringing the streetwear brand, such as Virgil, Heron, Preston, into the Carolinas, and it really started to connect. And I said, okay, if it's connecting, then let's do it. So from there, I said, we gotta do this shit, and we're gonna do it full-fledged. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's where we at now. We even, you know what I'm saying, still been to this day now forward. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the Carolinas bring a lot of creativity. I feel like the Carolinas is the root to a lot of music literally now. It's been the root to a lot of music since 2018. So it's like we bring more than music. We have the whole thing. So I wanted to really bring the full vibe of the Carolinas
to the forefront.
Yeah.
Now talk about, you know, the hardships that you face coming up, because somebody will look at you now and be like, okay, Rockkgreen is an established brand. Rockkgreen, you just did a pop-up. You did many pop-up shops. You sell out. Everything you put out sells out. But they don't see the sleepless nights we were talking about earlier. They don't see the times where you probably went broke behind this shit. They don't see the times where, you know, you probably cried over this shit. Like, talk about the hardships that you faced early on and getting this thing established.
I mean, I say for any business, because, you know, I feel like I'm not just a clothing brand. I'm an entity. I'm a brand in itself. We do way more than clothing, you know. So with anything in life, if you really want to do it, it's gonna be done. And you know, it's gonna take a lot of sleepless nights. And if you're not willing to face reaching those bank accounts being in the negatives, then it's not for you. If you just trying to make clothes and you just really trying to put out a shirt to say I did something and really thinking it's gonna really make your income, then it's not for you.
Right. You got to flip a couple times before you make some real profit.
And that's anything in life, I feel like. And that's what I feel like Rockkgreen is about. It's not about, I make clothes right now. That's my forefront. But if you really put your all into anything you do, it's gonna take those sleepless nights. Like, I haven't been to sleep the same in like a whole year or two, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really takes dedication as far as music. Anybody that you interview, if they really are dedicated and if they're really gonna take it to the next level, it's gonna take those sleepless nights. It's gonna take those droughts. You gonna think that those people are really for you when they're really not. And that's what it's really about. But that's what life is about. You know. You know what I'm saying? If you wanna be in the shadow and think that you ain't gonna face those things, then this is not really for you. If you think it's gonna really come easy for you, then you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Hang it up.
You might as well stay in the bed. You might as well stay quarantined. Like, you might as well just chill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like my thing and how me and my homeboy said, it's not in you. I mean, it's not on you. It's in you. You feel me? So don't waste my time. Don't waste nobody else's time. And that's what I say. Don't waste my time. Don't waste somebody else's time if you're really not trying to do it. You know what I'm saying?
And that's real shit. Like,
and that's why we're a one-man team.
I see all you niggas trying to start podcasts during this quarantine shit.
Hey.
Been doing this shit since 2017, B. You niggas gonna have to step your game up.
Hey. But just like I say,
oh my God,
Shaq, if it's meant for you, it's gonna flourish.
Yep.
Those people who are just starting yesterday in the day, If it's meant for them, that it will be. But you, regardless of the fact, you will be what you're meant to be.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Your hustle can't be stopped. I don't care if Hurricane Katrina come through this.
My niggas in the yak. You already know what time it is.
Regardless if Hurricane Katrina come through this thing, we still gonna be having podcasts, and I'ma still be selling clothes.
You're gonna still have
Might not even be selling the clothes, but we still gonna be doing it.
You're gonna have some motion.
Motion is gonna be in place.
That's a fact. That is a fact. Like, what would you say you're the most proud of? Like, through all of your accomplishments in the amount of time that you've had your clothing brand and just your brand in general, Rockkgreen. Like, what was your biggest accomplishment?
I'm glad that I'm able to still keep going. You know, there's a lot of obstacles that could stop me in the path of me doing my clothing. There's a lot of things that could stop me. Money, family, people dying. There's a lot of things that could stop me, but I still continue to grow. And I still continue to be the same person I am, and a lot around, even in the Carolina, you know, anywhere, like, you're around a lot of people, they try to change you, they try to make you to be something that you're not. Regardless, we're gonna be who we are, and we're gonna keep it going. I can't stop. I'm on some Diddy stuff. I can't stop, and I won't stop.
That's a fact.
I promise you.
And every time you come out, you just get better and better.
I get better and better because, you know, through the obstacles, you learn more. And I feel like that's something that everybody should take from. Like, through every obstacle, I learn more and more and more. Every time you try to build up, it's something that makes you, that just, it's something. It's always something. It's always something that just be like, aha, I got you, but nah, I got you. Like, you feel me? We gonna keep it moving.
Taking
like,
in stride.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
We still making more money. It's quarantine. This is my best year here. This is my best year. Money still coming in.
This is why I fuck with Rocky, man, because we be on the same type of time. You niggas let this quarantine keep y'all in the crib. Y'all
you not no real hustler.
Bro, listen, quarantine was one of the best things that happened to Muddy Waterz, baby. Bro, the day we went on lockdown.
The day.
Bro, listen, I hit the ground running. It's so crazy, like, I woke up, like, when all this shit started happening, bro, I woke up to like 12 t-shirt orders. It's weird. And it just been nonstop since that day. The day I touched down in Columbia, South Carolina, the day my shirts touched down, bro, the next day, everything was shut down.
Because we out the what?
The mud.
Yeah, that fucking mud.
The day my shirts touched the ground, nigga, everything shut down. The day my shirts touched soil in South Carolina, nigga, the box came, they called me, Mr. Sims, your shirts are ready. The next day, everything shut down. But you think that's stop motion? No.
And y'all, people need to realize, we make it only because we give that same gratitude out. We support everybody. We support one like, as soon as I seen he was doing a podcast, what I do? I put him in merch. We support each other, bruh. This some, like, even past Carolina shit, we just supporting one another. If you see somebody really out there grinding, don't try to lowball them, man. Get them the most. We out here really, like, grinding from the mud up.
From the root.
That's where Muddy Waterz came from, and that's where Out the Mud came from. Because we all out the mud. This is really some country out the mud shit. We really hopped off the porch. You know what I'm saying? Now we chilling on the porch. On the Muddy Waterz. Chilling on the porch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So
what's next for Rockkgreen?
What's next? Hey, we building brands on brands. I got my nigga Richard Racks. We got some stuff coming. We got some stuff coming with Richard Racks. We don't just do clothes though. We really build an entity. We got more than just clothes. So that's all I can really say. I don't really want to speak more on it, but we have more than just clothes. Shout out to the Yak.
Pontiac P4L, nigga. Pontiac for life. Shout out to City B, Snoop, Buck, Pun. Yeah, but I'm excited to see what you got coming next, though.
Yeah.
Like, this is my favorite clothing line, period. Like, y'all know I wear, damn near every interview I do, I'm wearing something Rockkgreen. Like, Whether it's the vest, a shirt, sweatsuit, whatever, I'm wearing Rock Green. So this is my favorite clothing line. You know what I'm saying? So y'all shop Rock Green.
This is gonna be your favorite rappers, favorite clothing brand.
I'm sorry.
You know, we just trying to catch everybody up on it. I just hope that you catch up on it before it's too late. You know?
That's a fact.
Same with Muddy Waterz podcast. If you ain't on Muddy Waterz podcast, you ain't shit. Especially if you from the Carolinas and you ain't on Muddy Waterz podcast. Oh my God.
Shit, nigga. And this one the motherfucking Don, nigga.
Some of you Carolina niggas can't be on Muddy Waterz though. I ain't gonna lie.
Can we take a segment to talk our shit?
Talk your shit.
Let's talk our shit. Hey, bruh. What's up, bruh?
What's up?
Hey, if you ain't on Muddy Waterz podcast, bro, you ain't shit, really. Like, come on, think about it. You ain't shit.
This definitely about to be a motherfucking. I'll post this on my story.
Crazy.
I might post it on my page.
You ain't shit, but you better think about being something.
Think about
Don't
it.
take your time hating on another nigga, bro. Please don't hate on nobody, bro. We all can do it, bro. We all inspire each other, bro. Take it to another level. Be somebody you think you could never be. Because God put you here for a reason, so think about that shit, nigga.
We only give inspirational shit.
Nigga.
Stop.
And he ain't Rock Green and he ain't...
Hey, because you know why?
What's up?
This ain't a motherfucking race. This a motherfucking marathon.
Tell you. TMC, nigga. The
God
marathon
damn.
continues.
Why the
All
fuck-
you niggas, let me talk my shit. All you niggas starting podcasts
Let's get it.
today.
Let's get it.
Because of quarantine, you
Let's
niggas
get
is
it.
weird, bro.
Let's get it.
You niggas is weird,
Let's
bro.
get it.
Niggas steal the drip, man.
Let's get it.
I see how you feel now. With
Let's
niggas
get
stealing
it.
the drip and running away with it.
Let's get it.
With it.
Niggas just run with the drip, but it's okay, man.
Because if it's
20
in you, bruh, it's in you.
That's a fact.
It's going to be in you. You're going to always flourish way better and way longer than all these other niggas.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact. But you know what, man? Nah, let me stop being ignorant and pessimistic, man. You know, blessings to everybody, man. I want all you niggas that got podcasts to be successful. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody.
Hit us up, bro. We got the franchise booming.
Yeah.
Muddy Waterz podcast. Hit us up. Join the game. We all about it.
Yeah, Muddy Waterz.
Let's learn from each other.
Let me stop, bro. I got to go, dude.
Muddy Waterz Media, man. But tell the people where they can. Excuse me. Tell the people where they can find you at and where they can shop.
Hey, Rock Green everywhere. ROC KK. Don't forget the KK GREEN. ROC KK GREEN. Goddamn everywhere. We lit.
Follow the brand and shop, man. Follow the brand and shop, man, and support, man, for sure. And if you wear her shit, post the shit on your story, man.
I'm pretty sure if you wear my shit, then you lit. So it's like already in. We good.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact, man. I appreciate you coming on the show finally.
I appreciate you.
For sure, man. And I just want to say I appreciate you for supporting me the way you have.
Yes.
Like, real talk.
And that's what we got to do. Like, that's what it's all about. It's about supporting one another.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no real nigga if you don't.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And we going to end on that note. Muddy Waterz, we out.
Yeah.